All right. Hey everybody, hope you're all having a great day. We are going to watch the new video here for the Battlefield Labs. New Battlefield game is coming out, and we are all super excited to see what that game is going to be all about, if they are going back to their roots. Battlefield has been straying off for a while now. They haven't been themselves, and we really need them to go back to the main category where they actually rule this genre and were a king on the hills when it came to Battlefield games overall. Everybody remember when the first Battlefield game came out? It was amazing. I remember I was fighting on this island, Japanese against Americans, and you could just fly airplanes and shoot at each other and just go crazy, and it was such a cool experience because nothing has ever been done before. So what are they gonna do now to actually bring the level up on this game? Have they listened to the fan base? Because many fans, including me, haven't been that happy with the last game. They went way too soft. They even took away the scoreboard. I mean, what's up with that? Are people that sensitive that they can't actually manage to handle if they're on the last place? But anyway, enough talking. We're just going to watch this video now, and then we're going to talk maybe a little bit more depending on what this video is showing. So let's get going, shall we?
Defending that last point in breakthrough.
You and your squad going together, trying to accomplish something.
Helicopter crashes into the building next to you, and all of a sudden the roof drops on your head.
Vehicle play is the destruction. You've got tanks, you've got jets.
You get a bit sweaty in your palm.
That full all-out military experience. It's just unlike any other game I've played.
Wait a minute, so haven't he played Battlefield games before? Because that is exactly like any other Battlefield game I've played before. I'm hoping he's referring to something else, that this game will have something else that will be like nothing I've ever played before. I don't know what that will be yet, but let's continue on.
This franchise comes with a long history spanning over 20 years now. But the question is, how do we continue to build on that and push Battlefield to the next level?
Exactly. That's the good question.
I've been playing Battlefield since long before I joined the team. When 1942 first came out, the amount of fun that we all sat down and had with it is just, still like a fond memory.
Yeah.
So in joining the Battlefield team, it was about the opportunity to give that team that space to do something just more amazing even than they've done in the past.
We set out with this ambitious idea of creating this new Battlefield universe. And to make that vision reality, we had to think big.
Interesting.
Each of our 4 studios comes with its own culture and expertise into what we call Battlefield Studios.
One team that spans across the globe and combines 20 years of franchise experience with emerging talent.
Stockholm,
DICE
Sweden.
has such a rich history with Battlefield. We've been working on it for years and years. But we also want to do something bigger and better than we've ever done before. And you can't do that with one studio.
DICE is responsible for the multiplayer part of the game, which incorporates things like destruction systems, class play, squad play, vehicles, gadgets, all of those kind of underlying systems that drive the experience.
So Hero Motive will...
That I gotta say is one of the most fun thing about these games is the destruction. They're able to destroy every part of the building. It feels so cool. It makes the area so dynamic. Like any other match won't be exactly the same because you can turn the tide by just removing and demolish a building from the enemy. It feels really, really satisfying. So that's one of the big reasons why I enjoy playing the Battlefield games.
Working on multiplayer maps, and we're also working on single-player mission content.
We're driving a cinematic experience to the level that's never been done on Battlefield before.
Ripple Effects has a long history of working on the Battlefield franchise.
We're working on an experience that is really going to open Battlefield up to a whole group of new players, but really still exciting that core audience that has made this franchise so successful.
Criterion have been supporting Battlefield for a decade now, and now we're going to bring that to the table as a fully fledged kind of partner in the Battlefield studios.
Mainly, we've been focused on the single-player experience. So the campaign is back for Battlefield.
We have never before had this many teams and talents dedicated to the development of Battlefield. And we have a plan to create a new, exciting future for the franchise, alongside our players.
This game has so much potential, so I think it's about giving the team this time to really hone their craft.
Up until now, we have seen most of the video, and they haven't really pinpoint what the deal is, what will be the new innovation here, what will bring more players into the game. They've only spoken about that they will have a bigger team and they will bring this to the next level. And that first guy said that this is beyond any experience.
It's just unlike any other game I've played.
Is he though?
I would like them to be a little bit more specific, so maybe we'll see more in the video here.
We have to prototype, play test, get feedback,
And then repeat that loop.
over and over and over again. We have to find gameplay that really resonates with the players and then build on that. Battlefield Labs is our new development initiative.
They shouldn't have to find it. They should have already found it. They have had so many years collecting data from the player base on different kind of forums and social medias. They should already have all that information out there.
Where players will get to test specific focus areas in the game.
And we've done similar things in the past, but this is a whole nother level. We're doing it before we launch the game, and we're doing it with so much more content.
It's an exciting way for us to interact with our audience before things go live and make sure that what we have is really fun and polished.
And we have to test everything, combat to destruction to maps and modes.
We're going to test all the new features that we're putting out, and we're going to test hardware like weapons, vehicles, and gadgets.
Okay, so more or less they want us to be alpha and beta testers for the game. Is that it?
We can try different things, but also validate what players are expecting from Battlefield.
I know I sound cynical now, but
it's crucial.
I'm just saying what I hear.
Know what to prioritize, what needs improvement, and what feels like a true Battlefield experience.
We're pre-alpha, so now is the time to test all the experiences our teams have been building for our upcoming launch and beyond. Join our Discord where you can learn more about our new closed testing environment. We call it Battlefield Labs. Let's build Battlefield together.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, well, I think I don't see it as a negative thing. It's just like it surprised me a little bit. I thought they already had all the information they needed to be able to bring it to the next level. But what I've heard here is that they need us players to be alpha or beta testers to bring the game to the next level because they don't know themselves what we want yet. It feels like the developers today are a little bit lost, that they don't really know what we want, even though we are screaming for going back to the roots. We all love Battlefield 1, 2, and 3. Also, Battlefield 1 was really good. But I mean, 1942 was the best, and that's where we all had the most fun memories. But again, I'm a little bit surprised. I was hoping for more meat on the bone, so to speak. This wasn't really that much information. They were highly putting this game up on a pedestal now. They were talking very, very highly about this game, that this would bring it to the next level, but they want us to bring it to the next level because they aren't capable of doing it themselves. So kind of interesting. Nothing new here. They want to just create a place where we can try out the game and be part of it and be testing everything before it's released, like an early access place, more or less. I mean, it feels kind of, yeah, they should already know what we want. I mean, I don't know. They're still talking about they have 20 years of experience, but they still need our help. We haven't changed. We still want the same thing. It's nothing new. I mean, we want the same thing as we always wanted, to bring it back to the old school level. And I think that's where most of the player bases are today. Even though there are new generations that comes along, most people enjoy the games as they were. We don't want all these weird changes that Call of Duty have experienced the latest. Like you can run around with all these different kind of skins, and they're introducing this fucking, you can spin around in the air while you're shooting people, and it's just crazy. And developers have been experimenting a lot and trying to reach out to different kind of generations or player bases. But we, the Battlefield fan base, we just want to bring back to the old school. We want the old school game back, and that's what we always wanted. So what could be better? Well, first of all, we want to have back the scoreboard. The scoreboard in this kind of game is essential. There's no point of playing this kind of competitive games which you can't actually see how good you are. I think it's kind of ridiculous that you gotta cater to the people that gets offended for being bad at the game. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're bad or good. I mean, at least you're playing a game, and the whole point is just having fun. Another thing that Battlefield always had going for them is the music. They've had the best music in the gaming industry by far. The thematic songs for the Battlefield games are amazing. Another thing we could notice in the trailer here is the animations. They have to step it up on that level. And we can already notice some details in the trailer. If we're going back here, we're going to have a little look closer up. Here we can actually see when the explosion is happening. I haven't seen that in the other Battlefield games. I don't know, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but seeing how the character runs and he gets affected and reacts to the explosion and he stumbles a little bit, that's the kind of details we need more in these kind of games. That will bring us more and more into the immersion.
Let's build Battlefield
Let's have a look
together.
Here. You see he's running here now in the corridor. Boom. Also right there, you can see there he was reacting to the bomb here. Take a little closer look here, a little slow motion. So that is a big thumb up if they're actually going to make the animations a lot better, because, you know, when people say they release a super good game like Starfield and they got this obsolete mechanic that is from 1995, it just sucks.
Wise man.
So big thumb up if they're actually going to progress the mechanics in the game. And as we do see, the whole destruction seems to be a lot better as well. Just seeing how the pressure wave just comes up from the building in that explosion, it looks so freaking good. That looks so good. Now when we're taking it down to a really slow video, we can notice another cool detail. So take a look now when they're shooting the bazooka here now. You can see the AC units to the left. You see that? Boom! Take another time, you can see the blue flashes here going on. There. You can see it falling down. Super nice details. That's what we want. We want to be fully immersed into the game, and this is gonna bring us actually to the next level. So now I'm starting to actually feel what that guy were talking about before. Even though we've been playing a lot of war games in the past and we've been playing many types of war games, those kind of small details will bring us even closer into the battle, and it will make everything feel much more realistic. And I just love all those cool small details that you can notice after a while. You don't really notice it at first, and that's what it's about, being an artist in these kind of fields. It's just like being a movie director and working a lot with the CGI. Most of the best CGI, we don't really notice it because it's just that good. And I think it comes down to the same thing in video games. If it's just done really, really well, we won't notice it, but we just feel like, this is such a high quality game. What is it? I mean, how can it be this good? Because it's not until you actually start to dissect the game and looking into it frame by frame like we did here now, that's when we see all the details that is put into the game. So this actually makes me a little bit more hyped up and excited. This looks really promising now. Because when you see they put this kind of details and effort into the game, that's when you know it's the right kind of people that is working on it. So yeah, big thumbs up. So at least that's what we have going now. We do know that they are actually going to step it up when it comes to the animations and the progress on the destruction and everything. So we are going to have a looking game, and it's going to feel a lot better. And as usual, the sound quality is going to be top notch. We know that already from the previous game, as well as the music. So it's going to come down more to what kind of mechanics and gameplays we're going to see, and if they're going to bring back the leaderboard, because we really want that back. So hopefully they will listen to us and bring it back. But hey, we're just going to have to wait to see. Let me know in comments what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to support my channel. I hope everybody's going to have a really good day, and I'll catch you later. All right.